Hi, it's Brian Newman with the Spotlight of Business Owner Show, and today we're thrilled to have Olga. Hi, Olga. How are you?
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Yeah, she's a realtor with EXP Realty. And before we get started, we want to know a little bit about your background. So I know you're from another country. Can you go into why did you come to the United States?
Yes, of course. I'm originally from Poland, and I was 20 years old when I came to the United States. I was always fascinated with the culture and all the good movies and TV shows. American culture is just amazing. So since I was a kid, I would always gravitate towards that. So when I became of age, I there was a student exchange program that would accept students from different countries where I can learn the language and take some classes in United States. So the moment I became eligible for that and I saved up some money, I applied, and that's how I got here.
Oh, interesting, interesting. No, so I know when you were in the United States, I'm sure there's different professions that you could have gotten into. How did you end up in the real estate market?
Yes, for about 11 years, I worked in the banking industry. So 2 years after I got here, I got into a first credit union, and I always been around money, mortgages, car loans, and I always liked that investment world. When I left JP Morgan, I was licensed to do investments. And again, I just like working with money, building your retirement, financial stability. That's always been my passion. But the reason why I got into real estate is basically flexibility with my time and kind of feeling how it is to be a business owner. So I wanted to combine my knowledge, my passion for money, if you will, with the sense of owning and building something, a name, a brand, a company. So basically, that was the reason, just to create something that I can put my name on it and my personality.
Oh, interesting. No, yeah, so with real estate, why is it important to own real estate?
Oh, I can go on that subject, but in my opinion, real estate is the best investment you can make long term. It gives you financial stability. This is, in my opinion, the only way you can build wealth when you don't have a big capital to start with. I grew up around real estate. It was always in my family to build a real estate portfolio. And long term, I felt it's always the safest way to make money. And kind of, I'm the walking and talking example that it really is.
Yeah, no, I know myself, God, you know, when I was younger and I first got out in the working world, I rented an apartment and for several years. And I just felt like I was throwing away my money. You know what I mean? And after like several years, I had nothing to show, and then
Exactly.
finally, yeah, no, so I got a taste of it too. It was in the Houston area where I owned a house for 7 years. And the thing is, though, the market was so different back then because when I moved in, it dropped. The value of it dropped, and it took 7 years to finally come up. And when it was time to sell, I just broke even. You know what I mean? So I know, yeah, it's risky, but then I moved here and the market was totally different. I've been here 27 years and I
Uh,
know the market has really changed. So speaking of the market, how is it in today's world? How is the real estate market in Phoenix?
it's definitely crazy, but it's not just Phoenix, it's just the whole country. And the reason why we're in this position is because of the interest rates just going up and down. And I don't know if you know why is this happening, but basically the government is trying to get the inflation under control. And inflation is when you have too much money chasing not enough products. And that's not just real estate, it's different items as well. But basically, we do have a problem, according to the government, with the inflation where the prices are up and they're trying to withdraw money from the market in a way of cheap credit.
Oh,
So there's nothing wrong with that, but in my opinion, they just did it too dramatically, too quickly, where the consumer didn't have time to adjust. So that's why we have all this craziness. However, the market is not bad. In my opinion, it's better than what it was last year, because last year was just a wild, wild west.
Yeah, yeah.
We had all the investors, Open Doors, Zillow, all the big money purchasing properties. So a normal person couldn't afford it or didn't have cash, 500,000, to compete with the big guys. So I feel it's better if you've been looking to purchase a home. This would be definitely the time where you can actually take your time, you can do inspections, you can really think through whether this is the best option for you.
Oh, okay. No, I know that from what I just saw in the news a couple days ago, that our in Phoenix and the surrounding area, that our growth is more than anywhere else in the country right now. That people are leaving California, New York, other cities, and coming here. So how is that affecting our real estate market?
Yes, so again, we don't have enough homes for people. So what that means is basically the prices are being stubborn. Yes, the market stopped a little bit. Some areas lost 5% in value, but sellers are not desperate to sell their homes. And we have so much people coming in. Just to give you an idea, between 2021 and 2022, we have 178,000 people that moved to Arizona. And to put into perspective, that's 244 a day that came
Wow,
into
wow.
Arizona. And not just because of the weather, but also because of job opportunities. So Arizona is growing and booming. We were named the new Silicon Valley or Silicon Desert because
Oh,
we have so many tech companies moving their headquarters to Arizona. Facebook, Apple, that's just few of them, the big ones that people recognize. But the very, very big one is the TSMC, which is the Taiwanese semiconductor.
oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yes. So
Unbelievable.
they're gonna put about $40 billion in Arizona within the next few years, and it's the biggest international investment in the United States, in the history of United States. 40
Wow.
billion dollars they're gonna put into Arizona.
And that building is going up off of I-17, I heard. And
Correct.
what is that, Happy
It's
Valley or something? Or
the Highway 303 and I-17.
oh,
So
okay.
it's about 10 minutes from my home. But there's another one, not many people talk about it. I think it's in the beginning stage of being developed, but it's in Casa Grande. So
Oh,
I've read
oh.
they expedited the process because of the war and the potential China risk.
Uh-huh.
They've expedited the process, and we may be getting one more in Casa Grande.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that's
Yes.
unbelievable. So for a new homeowner, advice would you give them?
Basically, as always, if you have a choice to rent or buy, always buy your property. If you can qualify, if you feel comfortable with the payment, your monthly payment, go ahead and purchase a home. May not be your perfect one, may not be your dream home. I feel like it's never gonna be, but don't waste time, don't pay somebody else's mortgage if you can afford to pay your own. And long term, you will not regret the decision. So again, if you're looking, don't get discouraged. It's going to be a roller coaster. We're going to have up and down interest rates, but secure the property, move in, and just enjoy instead of paying rent.
Oh, okay. No, so I know who would be your ideal client?
So personally, I love working with first-time home buyers. I love advising people. I love when they trust me with the process, and I like helping people. So the most rewarding feeling is when you get someone who's been paying rent for 5 years, and now all of a sudden they become homeowners. So this is emotionally the best client that I can have. of course, investors, they're good too. They come in and out and they buy properties, they fix them up, and they help other families that not necessarily may have money to fix properties. So it just depends. I like both, but if I had to pick, I would say first-time home buyers because it gives me that feeling of fulfillment and helping families.
Oh, okay. Do you go all over the valley, or is there one specific area that you focus on?
I basically covered the whole Maricopa County, which is, I think, the biggest in the United States or one of the biggest. But my license covers the whole county, and I go as far as Gilbert, Santan. I live in Peoria. So as long as it's within the Phoenix metro area, that's kind of where I go.
Oh, okay. No, so I want to remind our viewers that we're talking to Olga Boyke. Am I saying that right?
Yes, Boyke or
Okay.
Boyke.
Boyke, okay. All right. What's the best way that they can reach out to you?
Yes, so of course the best way is my cell phone, which is 623-800-1245. I have my phone on me 24/7. The second choice would be my email, which is olgaboyke@gmail.com. And I'm also pretty active on social media, which is my Facebook, Olga Boyke Realtor, my Instagram, which is Selling Desert, one S. Um, and that's probably the quickest, the most efficient way to get in touch with me.
Oh, okay. Okay. What do you think of retirement communities? Is that
Yeah,
a good place to move into? I know it seems like,
I
yeah.
yeah yeah I absolutely love retirement communities. Sun City, we actually have 144 in Arizona. We are the spot for
Wow.
retirement. Right, there is so many, and I feel like that's how Arizona started the growth, is becoming a retirement spot for Americans. The original would be Sun City, which was started. We started building that in 1960. It's a pretty nice, a little bit older community, but the most affordable, in my opinion, for someone who wants peace and quiet, but not necessarily wants to spend, a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
Just to give you an idea, the taxes in Sun City, the original Sun City, run anywhere from $400 a year for a patio home or like a Gemini to maybe approximately, over 1,000 a year for a freestanding home about that costs about half a million.
Oh,
So the
wow.
taxes are just so amazing, and because you don't pay school tax when you are in Sun City,
Oh,
and
I
that's how you can
see.
save money.
In Sun City, for those of viewers that are tuning in, can you let them know where that's located?
Yes, so that's about 99th Avenue and Bell Road. And again, that's the original. Then you have Sun City West, which goes along Bell, and then you have more communities. But of course, they're all over the valley. I know you like Pebble Creek, right?
Yeah, that's nice. I know there's a lot also in Mesa, I heard.
Mesa, correct.
Mhm.
Yes, there is. They're all over the valley, all over the valley. And
That's
again,
interesting.
144 in Arizona. So you
Wow.
definitely have some, you can pick from one, and they have amazing recreational centers. They have amazing clubs, a lot to do. I feel it's a perfect solution for someone who just doesn't want to deal with kids anymore. And I don't blame
Oh,
them.
okay.
Once you reach certain age, it's
Uh-huh.
okay to have peace and quiet.
Oh, wow. Wow. No, so and then one final question I was going to ask you, if someone was selling a house, how hard is it to sell a house? How long does it take how long is a house on the market right now?
Yes, so let me answer this way. It right now we are in a balanced market, which means some places it's a seller's market, some places it's a buyer's market. If you compare the situation to what happened last year or 2 years ago when homes were selling within hours, that's not the case no more. On average, again, depends on the zip code, depends on the location, but about, let's give it like 50 days. That's the average time to sell, but that's the average. It's not gonna be ours no more. I just put a listing on the market last night. We already have 3 showing requests, so the market is definitely moving,
Wow.
but it's not gonna be ours, and not probably not gonna be multiple offer situations, what it was about a year ago. But everything sells. There is no prices. There is no market. It didn't stop. It's still
Uh-huh.
moving, but a little bit slower.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember years ago when I was looking for a house, I know they did a lottery. There were so many people that wanted to buy a house, and it was a limited market. They only had a limited number of houses for sale. So you were lucky to even be able to buy a house.
and and I feel, of course, and I feel like we may get to that point again because the inventory is still low again. Just
Oh,
to remind you, in 2022 we have about 94,000 people that moved to Arizona, but only 31,000 new home permits were allowed.
oh, okay.
So this, I feel like right now buyers are in shock. They don't know what to do, but there's gonna be a moment when they're gonna start feeling comfortable again, or we will realize the rates are not gonna go down to 3%. And we may have that situation again because again, we don't have enough homes for the people that are moving in.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right. Well, just one more time, if you could let our viewers know what's the best way to get in touch with you. Do you want them to call you, text you? Is there a
Yes.
website they could go on to?
So the best way right now would be calling or texting me. I am working on getting a new website that's gonna be done within the next couple months. So at this moment, please call or text. I'm always with my phone. It's always next to me.
And that phone number?
623-800-1245.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, reach out to her. She does a great job. And yeah, I love what you do. I'm telling you.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for being on here. It's great to see you
No,
again.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the invite. I absolutely love your network. I was able to meet amazing people through your groups and meetings.
Oh,
I
great.
had been looking for a Polish mortgage officer, and I found her because of you, Brian.
Oh,
So thank
wow.
you so much. We're working together. We have a couple files. And again, this is because of you and your network. So thank you again.
Oh, great. That's great to hear. Well, thank you. Thanks for being a part of it.
Thank you.